Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Atomic, or as you may know me, Ops Atomic in the gaming world. I'm the founder and co-owner of Ops Gaming, as many of you know who watch the channel. So I'm going to do something different today for my video and the stream. I'm actually going to answer some questions that have been submitted from the Ops Gaming community and some of my subscribers. And some of these answers from these questions, they may even choke me up a little because some of them are pretty emotional. But I want to share this with you guys and share the real me. So I'm going to start with like the shorter, more basic questions. And then we'll get on to the real nitty-gritty, like sad shit. So, we'll knock it down to it. So I'll also be kind of playing while I'm doing this. So if I kind of pause with some of my answers, I apologize. But yeah, man, let's do it to it. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys like the video, just make sure to leave a like. And if you guys really enjoy the video, hey, drop a sub, man. Check out my latest stuff. So, okay, the first one from Legacy Wolfie. One of the MLG members in our community, he said, what caused you to found and create Ops Gaming, and what kept you going? So it really started, what caused me to do it was at the time that it happened, there was a point in my life where I couldn't really do anything, and I was stuck inside, and I loved gaming at that point. And I'd been in some communities, and me and a bunch of my friends, we just played like Black Ops 3 together back on Xbox 360, and we were like, shit, everybody really likes playing with us, so let's start a clan. And we were like, we know what to call it, and we were like, well, dude, we're all on Black Ops, so let's call it Ops, and it's crazy. It went from just like 6 friends playing together to being, a huge community to what it is now, and it grew, man. None of us ever expected it to be what it is now, but it is, and it's grown. So that's really what kept it. And what kept me going was motivation, and it gave me something to drive for, because at that point I couldn't do anything in my life. I'd gone through some really bad health problems, and really the community was the only thing that I had. It was the only thing that gave me reason and purpose in my life at that point. Because it kept me busy, and it kept my mind off of stuff. I didn't know if I was going to make it the next 2 weeks or not, or 3 weeks or not, till my next surgery at that point. So I just kept moving, man, and I kept working with Ops and doing stuff and helping other people, because helping other people and making them smile and giving them something, it kept me going. It gave me a reason to wake up every day and keep doing it, and it still does. The community still means a lot to me. So next question was... Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Joey.
I was going to say, before you go on, how many of those original people that you started up are still in the clan?
The original 6 people that started with me, that was Ops Panda 30. Later on, Ops Monkey. Scary Fawn was there as well. Lost Chaos. A lot of these guys, all of them are still around. They don't get on as much because they got a lot of life stuff going on, but they're still here, man. We built it from nothing. And, another thing that's really kept me going with this is a lot of people game to escape the shit in their life and what's going on. And they may be having a hard time. Maybe people like me that had health problems that really couldn't do anything else. I wanted to inspire them to be like, just because you got health problems and crap going on in your life doesn't mean that's the end. You can still do more. You can always have purpose. As long as you believe that you can. I used it, and what keeps me going is I know it'll inspire other people, especially people like me that's has a lung disease, that have been told, you know what, you're not going to work again, you're not going to be able to do this again. When somebody tells me I can't do something, I love it, because it makes me want to do it that much more. So for those of you out there that, God, if you hear this, I hope you do. Just because something like that happens in your life, it's not the end. You can do and have anything you want in life if you're willing to work hard enough to get it. So stay motivated. It's an amazing motivation. It keeps me going every day. So second question was, what was the first game you played, and how did playing it impact where you are today? So, first game I played. If we're talking... Okay, so let's see if I can take it back. First game I ever played would have been the original Nintendo, and that would have been Super Mario Brothers. And I would think I was like 5 at the time when I played that, and it was mad fun. I just remember like my brother introducing me to it, like, yeah, try this out. And dude, when at 5 years old, your first video game, you think that's the coolest thing just like ever, you know? Like, it had Duck Hunter too. Like, you had the little gun you could shoot the ducks with on TV. And like, dude, back in the early 90s, that was some state-of-the-art technology right there. Being able to shoot ducks on a TV with a gun that was a controller, you know? And, man, it was so gimmicky too, because half the time it would like shoot the wrong duck and stuff, but it was so much fun. And you know, I can safely say that that is what really made me start to love gaming, was that game. And but that, you know, that was when I was really young. The first game that I really truly just fell in love with when I was younger was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And still yet, in my opinion, it's one of the best games that has ever been released. Which is awesome, man. Like, come on, you could ride around on a horse, dude, and just kill shit. And it was so cool, dude. You could fish on it. Like, I would always like go to the lake and fish and see if I could catch the biggest fish. And everybody on the other team just left. But yeah, that was it. We're telling a story and these guys just leave the lobby. But yeah, that was really it. Thanks, Wolfie, for that. Third question, what are your dreams for Ops Gaming and where do you see yourself in the future? Are you good? Hold on a sec, guys.
Wow, I died.
Recon airborne.
Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry. I will, oh, later, Batman. Oh. Oh, no, wait, did I just do that to that kid? Okay, sorry. So, to continue the question. So, let me refresh myself here. Oh, okay, my phone just freaked out. So, what are your dreams for Ops Gaming? Where do you see yourself in the future? You know, my dreams for the community haven't really changed since it started. And my biggest dreams for it is to grow and to be the biggest and best community out there, and for it to set the bar for every community in the future, and every community moving forward. You know, I want us to be, you know, I want us to be the team that no matter what comp you go to, no matter, you know, if you go to MLG for COD or if you go to an Overwatch competition or CSGO, like, I want us to have a team at every single one of those events that's winning, like the best too. I want us to be the all-stars. I want us to be the community that everybody can be a part of, whether you're on PC or Xbox or PS4 or Nintendo, like whatever you play. I want it to be a community that everybody can be in, you know. And I really want Ops to be something that can do fundraisers that really make a difference in other people's lives, maybe not just gamers. You know, I want us to be able to help support people that aren't being able to pay their bills for rent and are struggling, just as I did. I'd like to be able to go and use this as a tool to go speak to people, you know, that are also having rough times. So, you know, as far as where do I see myself in the future with it, I see it just continuing to grow as it is now, and keep growing like it is now, and continue to be the inspiration that it is, because everybody that joins loves it here, and they see that we are here, man, and we are growing, and we are going to achieve those goals. We're going to be that community that gets out there and actually makes a difference and shows people what a gaming community should be like. And, you know, because a lot of communities out there are really toxic, and a lot of the people that are in them are really toxic, and, you know, we don't want to be that community. We want to be the good community. You know, we want to be able to go out there and pub stomp and kick everybody's ass too, but not be the community that's sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, hit you offline or any of that stupid crap. We don't want it to be that way here. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that question. So on to the next one here. So number 4, how do you see Ops Gaming? Do you see it as more of a family or more of a business? That is an easy question for me.
Business.
No. Incorrect completely.
Kidding. I hate you so much, Niger.
Ops gaming is always going to be family for me. Because like I said in my first question, it started as a group of friends, and it'll always be that, a group of friends and family. You know, friends are family. Family's not just who you're related to. Family is the people that are there for you. And a lot of these guys in the community, when I was struggling my ass off, they were there for me. And this whole community was there for me. And I was there for them. So it will always be family. It will never be business. We may have things and a business perspective that we have to look over and to take care of. But business will always be taken care of. But to me, this will always be family. That is my answer for that.
I think to have a successful community and stuff like that, I think you need to treat people like family, you know? They want to feel welcome. They want to feel like they belong somewhere.
Exactly. That's the whole point of it. We want people when they come in here to feel welcome, like they're actually part of something, not just looking for people to play with.
Did you hear what Niger said when he went to the Discord?
Yeah, I've seen that. He had never been welcomed by anybody.
Yeah. And I think that shocks people when 14 people say welcome, you know, glad you're here. I think that shocks people, you know.
Number 5, where did you meet Paul and how did you guys come up with the idea of creating Ops Gaming? I met Paul actually after Ops had been created. I want to say that was through Joey that I met Paul, do you believe?
Yeah. I recruited him from Battlefield 1.
And yeah, it was when we were pretty young. We were just a couple of months in at that point. And yeah, he got brought in through Joey that's in the party now, which is Ops Drops, to those of you guys that are in the Discord and stuff. And it just kind of went from there, you know. He started off as just a recruit and worked his way up through the ranks, and now he is where he is, man. We became good friends and worked our ass off, man. That was really
one
it.
of the original 20, right?
You were pretty early on. I wouldn't say original 20, but you were pretty early.
We're winning the fight. Because you recruited me off the Battlefield 1 Facebook page.
Number 6, somebody said, what do you believe that Ops Gaming could do to change the world? That's a good question, actually. I like that. So I think there's a lot of ways it could change the world.
We're losing the fight.
You know, I'm one of those people that believe if you can really truly touch one person and change their life, you've changed the world already. And I believe that with a lot of the people that are in this community that are really inspirational and that will stop and take a moment to actually truly care about people and help people, that it's already changing the world, because those people that we reach out and actually touch and that are inspired and that we pass on an inspiration to, they're going to keep passing that torch too. And if we keep doing that to everybody we meet and to everybody that comes in this community, we may not be able to change the entire world, but we can change a little tiny part of it. And that is a huge thing. And I think the ways we can do that are by, you know, continuing to do like fundraisers and stuff to raise money for people that need it or people that are sick and suffering. I think we can also achieve that by going out to competitions and talking to people, and just by others seeing what we're doing and being inspired by that themselves. That's another way I think that we can do that. And we try to do that all day long, every day. That will never stop. But yeah, that's really what I think we could do. The world we live in does suck right now, and a lot of it, I don't think anybody's proud of the world we live in right now, because people don't care anymore. Nobody cares about anybody these days, and it's so sad to see it. And I think a lot of that has to do with social media and the effect it's had on people not just connecting with people anymore. But that is one thing we do hope to change, is at least to get out and change those little tiny goals we accomplish. Alright, number 7. Do you believe that Ops Gaming will be one of the biggest organizations and dominate the esports industry anytime soon? Oh, hello. Lawlington's in the stream. What's going on, man? You know, I do believe that it will happen with all my heart, because we haven't ever given up, and we're never going to. And that motivation to keep moving forward no matter what is something it's kept us on a good track, and it's kept us on a really good path that I don't see it changing. And I do think we'll dominate the esports industry, especially once we get these bigger teams on and we keep growing and we really recruit these guys that are really great players. It's going to take time. You know, I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. I don't even think it's going to happen in the next, 6 months or maybe not even a year, but the important thing is it will happen, because the amount of dedication we have here from the staff team and from the leadership that's here, it makes a very big difference in what we can do as a community. We got a really great stream team. Just everybody contributes, and that makes a big difference. Everybody that's here cares. And having people that care really make a big difference, man. So yeah, I think it'll happen. It's just gonna take time with anything, but we're patient and we're steady with it, and that's what counts. Number 8, what do you see as Ops Gaming's biggest challenge? How can we get past it? The biggest challenge. Well, that's an easy one for me. I think the biggest challenge is getting noticed. So yeah, I think getting noticed is the biggest challenge, especially these days, because let's face it, man, unless you're a celeb and everybody just knows who you are, it's hard to get noticed out there these days, unless you're really doing some crazy stuff or really doing something special. And another thing with what we do in gaming is it's hard to reach out and really get those people to check you out and get involved in what you're doing. But yeah, that's going to be the biggest hurdle, man, is getting noticed. But once people do notice us and really do get on board with what we're doing here, it's only a matter of time before it catches, or like a cold, man. Eventually it's gonna catch on. So it's good stuff. I think the only way though that we can really get past it is just to keep being steady with what we're doing now, and to not give up. That's my biggest thing, is keep fighting and keep pushing forward, no matter how bleak the outlook looks. If you keep pushing forward, good things will happen. If you work hard, it does pay off.
You just got shat on, by the way.
Number 9. Oh, this is a good question. Do you believe grabbing the best esports teams make a good industry, or is it best to grow the bigger community to have the best industry that way? That is a tough one, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to either disagree with me or agree. So this is going to be a controversial one, and I'm sure people are going to comment on this later. Oh, man, and that's a hard one for me to answer. Even some of the guys in the party, I'm sure, have mixed opinions on this one. I think, oh, man, you could really do it either way, to be completely honest. It just depends on how you go about it. I do believe, though, if you're going to try to grow the biggest community and do it, it's going to take a lot more time. Without a doubt, because with an esports team, if you're the best and you're going up there and you're smacking the fucking dick balls off of Optic, oh, I can't say that on YouTube, I'll have to bleep that out. But if if you're up there smacking good teams and you're an esports team, yeah, by all means you're gonna get noticed quick, and you're gonna be the biggest and best that way real fast. I mean, if you're good, all it takes is 2 or 3 of those competitions, people know who you are. To be a massive community, it's going to take time. Now, here's the downfalls I see for each of those. Downfalls of doing it as a big team, as a team, as an esports team, is there is a very short time span for fame with those teams. If you're good, and you're winning, everybody cares and knows who you are. But if you're not winning anymore and suddenly something goes wrong and your team's not doing well anymore, people forget about you just as quick as they find out. People will just forget. And it's really that way. It's almost like show business. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're gone, and nobody cares anymore. Now, here's the thing. If you make your way to the top as a big community, it's really hard to fall off that way, unless something really, really crazy happens with the owner or something like that. But it's a lot harder to take steps backwards if you've made it that far. Because with a community, you're building a massive base of people that are all a part of it and really care about it. So honestly, I think it would be better to make your way to the top as the biggest and best community, or you know, as because it's a lot harder to lose that.
We have the momentum.
But yeah, I really think I think that'd be the way to do it. Because as an MLG team, man, there's too much risk. You know, once you fall off, nobody cares anymore. Because how many people out there do you see that's like, oh, I was pro, you know, 2 years ago and played for blah, 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 but nobody even wants them anymore because nobody cares. So, yeah. But, you know, you look at big communities like IGN and all those guys that, you know, they're still around, man. You know why they're still around? Because they're a community. That following's always going to be there. They're so huge, they're never going to fall off. It's just how it is. So that's my answer on it. What do you guys in the party think about that? I want to bring you guys in on it.
I think it's better to grow a community based on how OPS is doing it, whereas, like you said, if you build a community off of EGL or something like that, if they do good for 2-3 years, yeah, you're going to grow. But as soon as one falling out happens and your team goes to shit, bro, nobody's going to give a fuck about you, you know?
That's very true.
But I mean, if you grow a community and get the best by having a bunch of people joining like OPS does, then what, you know, if EGL does happen, you still have all your people with you. It's not big, you know.
Yeah, so you agree? Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? I think, and that's a you know, that's a good answer. An interesting way to look at it. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody agrees. I think that's really the truth on it, though. All right, let's see. I'm gonna save the juicy ones for last. Ooh, number 10. All right, what are your goals for Ops Gaming and yourself? What direction do you intend to take yourself? Competitive player, content creator, streamer? Okay. You know, honestly, my intent for Ops is for it to continue on the path it's on. Even when I'm gone, whenever that may be. As far as gaming for myself, you know, my time for being a competitive gamer it's been far gone. After about 20 years old, you know, you're starting to lose your reaction time, and you just got too much stuff going on in real life to really, you know, commit that much time to gaming. As a content creator, you know, I enjoy doing YouTube videos. I enjoy entertaining people. And there's a lot of content creator is kind of a broad word. You know, I guess in a way, I'll always be a content creator. I'm trying to create inspiration and business and a new industry in gaming. My current plans are custom esports gear, which is my new company. You know, we will be supplying the highest quality esports jerseys in the industry for a lower price than even these mediocre ass jerseys that half these people are selling. You know, that's a big goal, and I want to use that to be able to help people and reach out to people and even help, you know, do more for the Ops gaming community and be able to help it grow by using the funds from that as well. So that's my current plans, and I would say that I will very likely be pursuing that for a long time because we're kind of cornering the market, and it's going to grow a lot. It's going to take a lot of time. But I will always still be contributing time to the Ops gaming community because I always have cared about it and I always will. And no matter what I do, I'm always going to be a part of Ops gaming, and I'm always going to be working on it and always care about it. As long as I am taking oxygen into my lungs, I will make sure that community never dies. Oh man, okay, here's a juicy question. What happened with your health in the first place? Oh man, all right. So about 2.5 years ago, I was working. I owned my own business at the point. It was a takeout business that delivered food because there's no restaurants in the area that did it. And I seen an opening, obviously in the market, a gap to fill, if you will. And so I did. I was working pretty hard, and yeah, one day I was off work, just sitting at home, and suddenly I felt like somebody had punched me in the chest, like really hard, and I just couldn't breathe. And so I was like, fuck, you know, maybe I'm just sick really bad or something. And I ended up going to the hospital, and I had a collapsed lung for no reason. And they told me when I went to the doctor, and they were like, well, you know,
We have the momentum.
sometimes in tall, skinny guys it randomly happens. It should never happen again.
We have eyes in the sky.
Well, over the period of the next 6 months, I had over eight lung collapses again. So, 2 years ago in July, they sent me down to a hospital for surgery to have part of my lungs removed. Because they did a CAT scan, and it turned out that I suffered from a very rare condition that there's not a lot known about called Bleb disease. And it's because my lungs develop these little air bubbles on the outside and inside of them that pop. And when they pop, it lets the air get between my lungs and my chest, causing my lungs to collapse. I ended up having a total of 3 major lung surgeries to take out parts of both of my lungs. And man, I'll tell you, that was a rough road. When I was going through those surgeries, there was no guarantee of life or if I was going to make it or if it was going to help, you know. Because if it didn't and my lungs kept collapsing, I was going to die. And that whole time that I was sick, I was still working on this community. And I'll be honest with you, if it weren't for this community
Care package on the way. Protect the drop zone.
and the inspiration that it gave me while I was sick, I probably would have given up and I probably wouldn't have made it through any of that. This community probably saved my life. That is one reason I care about it so much. It saved me, and I hope that it can do the same for somebody else. But man, it was hard, dude, you know? When you're laying there in that hospital bed, there was a point, man, I had 3 tubes inside of me sucking the blood and pus out of my lungs so I didn't suffocate on my own bodily fluids. And, shit, I'll tell you, I hurt every single day. There's not a day I'm not in pain. Some days are better than others. You know, it's just, the price you pay. But I'm still here. And you're probably gonna think I'm crazy for saying this. I'm glad it happened. And I'm really glad it happened because it showed me a side of life to appreciate that I never appreciated before. There were so many little things in life that until they're taken away from you, you don't realize how special they are. Like just being able to get up and walk around and go outside and play with your kids. To get up and fix your own food. To get up and take a shower by yourself. When you can't do those things yourself, you know, you really realize how shitty it is. Yeah, I remember my kids coming over when they had to send me home with one of those tubes in my chest, you know, them being like, "Dad, you know what? Why can't you get up and play with us?" And me having to say, "You know, I can't. I got a tube that's the size of your pinky stuck in me, son. I can't." It was a journey, man, and it taught me to appreciate a lot. You know, that's why I try to tell everybody, appreciate everything in life. No matter how mad you get, no matter how upset you are, at the end of the day, appreciate it. You know, but I'm glad it happened. It taught me a lot. I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have met the people I've met. I wouldn't have met my girlfriend I have now, which is an amazing person. I would have met all these amazing leaders and people I've met in the community that's made a big difference in my life. So that is what caused my health problems. And those of you guys out there that vape, stop. They found out one thing that caused my Bleb disease was vaping. The buttery flavors in vapes and vape juice cause popcorn lung, aka Bleb disease. Not everybody has as severe of a reaction as I did to it, but it does. It does happen. So just letting you know, there's a danger with it. I thought it was safe. But yeah, that's the story of my health, man. My outlook's pretty good. They don't foresee me having any more collapses or problems in the future. But it is possible. It could happen. But I don't worry about it. I just live every day the best that I can, and I keep going. So you know, let that be a lesson to you guys. Any of you guys out there right now that do watch this later on YouTube, if I could give you one word of advice, if you're going through health issues, is keep your head up and keep fighting. Because I did. I fought my ass off. I got up every day and walked, no matter how bad I hurt, and I kept moving forward, and I said, I'm going to make it. I'm going to do this shit. I'm not going to lose. And before, this is the last bit, too, before I end this Q&A of my story. The point I decided that I was going to win was right after one of my surgery. I think it was my last surgery. And I was laying in my hospital bed, looking out the window, and they had me on the top floor because I was in the ICU with all the cancer patients, you know, because you never know, man, you know. So they had me up there, and it was early morning, you know, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I remember being able to see out of my window, and I could see like the silhouette of the tall buildings in Winston-Salem, and I remember seeing the sun come up, and just like seeing the rays of light, you know, shining through the building, and like a couple of birds flew by the window. Dude, and I'm gonna tell you, man, it was like I was just seeing that for the first time in my entire life. It was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. And I'd seen stuff like that before every day, but it took all of that for me to see just how beautiful it was. And, you know, I decided at that moment, damn, I'd wasted so much of my life just missing out on the little stuff. And I decided I wasn't going to give up. And I was going to be a fighter. And I was going to make it through. So any of you guys out there that are struggling with health, keep fighting. But on this,
do this to me, man.
I want to end it out, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. That's who I am. I'll do some more of my story questions, maybe some that I didn't answer here. Feel free to put those in the comments, guys, and I'll answer those for you. I do appreciate all you guys that subbed on my channel. If you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like. And if you really enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a sub. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I know I enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun. Give me some challenging ones. I don't mind getting personal, you know? Like you guys know who I am, so.
How big your dick size?
We have fire superiority.
Except for that, Joey, come on. But yeah, I'll cut that later on, and now let's play some COD, boys. Sorry to take pretty long with that.
No, you're not.
Lawlington said, I'm so sorry to hear about your lung. I'm just glad that you're well now. I am glad that I am well now, too. James Hardy says, it's like a shitty comedian. Yeah, true that, man. I got choked up on that one, man. Fuck. That was a tough time of my life, dude.
Recon aloft. We have eyes in the sky.
That was some hard shit, dude. I'm not even kidding.
Reloading. Grenades first.
Yep. You want to hear some crazy shit? You know, the surgery they did, so they cut out the top section of both my lungs, and then to keep my lungs from collapsing, they pretty much glued my lungs to my chest. So where see, your lungs are supposed to be able to move around, so dude, like, it constantly feels like I have an elephant on my chest, you know, all day long. But you get used to it. Yeah, it took me I don't know, it took me a good couple of months to get used to it. The thing that killed me though is the recovery time. It took me about 6 months just to be able to do normal shit again.
Behind you, Adam.
Sorry, I'm gonna keep moving forward on it. I'm coming up on their team. Lawlington says you're an incredibly inspirational man. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Thank you for that.
I just want to add in your stream that you would not have met your girlfriend if it wasn't for
That's very true.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
the one thing I have to do right in my life.
I'm glad that we did. Because she
Yes, ma'am.
is amazing, man.
Yes, ma'am. What do you need? Not your sec. I hate you so much.
Fighter aircraft ready. Call for a strafing run.
No balls. Oh, I died. David, why are you not talking?
Holy crap.
14 more kills and game over.
I remember the shoddy. Dude, I'm about to do more of those my story questions. That was fun, dude. I had a lot of fun doing that.
What do you need, pretty girl?
That guy kept strafing me. I couldn't hit him. Hey, Batman. I'm happy you joined Ops too, man. So Jamie said, I'm happy I joined Ops. You're awesome, Atomic. Love you. I love you too, Jamie. You're awesome too, buddy.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
Alright. Be right back.
We carried the day. Nice work, soldier.
Alright, alright, alright. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys that tuned in to hear the my story section before it gets made into a video. It's really nice of you guys to tune in for that.
How long are you gonna be on, Adam?
Probably a little bit. I'm just relaxing, man. I'm, you know,
Alright,
a little sick, but
Eli just took a shit, went up his back, so I gotta go give him a bath. I'm gonna be out for a couple of games.
nice,
Um,
nice, man.
So,
I remember when my youngest was a baby, dude, and he had to shit like that one time, dude. I don't know how the poop, like, defied gravity, and traveled upwards up his back, but man, I'll never forget that diaper. It was terrifying.
how do you promote somebody to party leader?
You know how like a respirator mask you put on before like you walk into like a really dirty place or something, dude, or like where everybody's sick. I literally pretty much like, because the diaper smelled so bad, took a clean diaper and like velcroed it around my face, kind of like a respirator. No,
How
I
do you
didn't
promote
smell the
somebody
poop.
to party leader?
Go to social, click on their name,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think there should be a promote to leader.
I can't. I'm just have to disband it and you guys can get together. I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah, just join on me, guys. It's fine. Say it ain't so. Whoa, whoa. Oh, no, I may have to. I may have it on closed. Give me a sec. Alright, now try. Alright, Hardy's in. I may have to invite you. Hold on. Oh, wait. I may have to. Did I add you already? Ah, I think. I gotta add you first, that's why. That explains it. Ugh. Ah, now it should work. Who else do we have in here with us? Unknown, are you in? Andrazik? Oh, cool. So yeah, it's just gonna be us three then. Let's see if you can start one. Pretty much here, yeah. I want to. If anything, we can always try to like join on him. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream for this since it's not my store anymore. So, what I'm gonna do at this point is I'm gonna end the stream and start a new one.